First, let us pay homage to the lineage gurus, homage to the Venerable Monk Liaoming, homage to Master Sakya Zengkong, homage to His Holiness the 16th Karmapa, and homage to Master Dupten Tarji. Homage to the three jewels of the altar, and homage to the main deity of the group practice tonight, Amitabha Tathagata, Avalokiteswara Bodhisattva, and Mahastama Prapta Bodhisattva. Sumu, Danchen Katsu, all Dharma masters, Dharma educators, Dharma teachers, Dharma lecturers, Dharma educators, Dharma assistants, and all disciples present here and over the internet, and our participating VIPs tonight are Accountant to True Buddha Foundation, Dharma Sister Teresa, and from Pa Hong Publisher in France, the President, Dharma Sister Sandrine Fong, Dr. Ryan Zhong, from Canada, Dr. Olivia, good evening everyone, how do you do? First, I would like to announce please attend the internet group practice on the internet, and practice daily, and to maintain your diligence to become a good disciple. And we would like to invite Grandmaster to bless all disciples who participate in the internet group practice, so that they would have improvement in their spiritual cultivation. The schedules, they were 5 times before, now it becomes 6 times. And it's different in the daylight saving time or not. So there may be some changes. So for details, please check the announcements at the TBSN.org. So we are inviting all of you to join the internet group practice. If you are at home practicing by yourself, you can join the internet. If you're able to get on the internet, you can join. But Grandmaster does not know how to get on the internet. Can the cell phone get on the internet? Then you can practice together. Of course, the computer, the tablets, and the smartphones can also get on the internet. That's very good. So I asked a master a while back if I want to learn computer or not. to be decided by that master, and that master said, no need for you to use the computer. We all can do it, but not you. So, and because he said that, now I never learned computer. But now I have no regrets. You know, really, if I have a smartphone and then I play with the phone or get on the internet, then my life that the fact that I can live a very peaceful and serene, trouble-free life is because I have no cell phones. We have talked a lot about Amitabha Buddha. It's countless. We all know about that. So today I would like to announce one thing. There's a disciple from Indonesia, and her name is Lianhua Qianli, or Lily. Is she here? So she's going to Rainbow Temple tomorrow. So now that I'm talking about her, it will not affect her. She's going to Rainbow Temple tomorrow. So this Lianhua Qianli had written a letter that will be published on the True Buddha News Weekly as well as in my book. And this is what she wrote. Your disciple, Lianhua Qianli, came from Surabaya, Indonesia, and I am 45 years old. And 2 months ago, underneath my left ear, there is a tumor of about 1 centimeter. It's as hard as a small ball, a very hard tumor. And I was very concerned, so I went to the doctor to check it. And the doctor said, you have to have surgery to have a biopsy to determine if the tumor is malignant or benign. And the doctor told me that your parents, both parents, have lymphatic cancer. So it is very plausible that it is a cancer because of the gene. After I heard the doctor's explanation, I was very worried and anxious, so I was not able to get to sleep, to fall asleep. And so she told her friends, the Dharma educator Qinglong and the Dharma assistant Yilong Jiang and Anand, Dharma assistant. and they suggested that I go to Seattle to get Grandmaster's blessings and to consulted Grandmaster if she indeed needed the surgery. So this disciple, Lianhua Qianli, was accompanied by the Dharma educator Yilong and Dharma assistant Anand to come to Seattle. And we got to the Rainbow Temple just in time to get the blessings on the head right after lunch. When Lianhua Qianli got the blessing, she felt a current of warmth through her body, a warmth feeling through her body. And after the blessing, I asked the Dharma educator to write the letter for the consultation about getting the surgery or not. And then when he checked the tumor, he was very surprised that the tumor seemed to disappear. And she immediately tried to find the tumor, and she could not find it. It was gone. The tumor was very visible before. And during the past 2 months, it grew really fast and became very hard. And never did I know that the tumor could disappear only after one blessing from Grandmaster. So your disciple truly grateful to your blessings and to your powerful and transcendent power that you immediately cure and alleviate my illness. Truly grateful to you. We are so lucky to have you, and we offer our deepest gratitude. And it happened at October 20th, 2019, right before the Kalachakra ceremony, right after the lunch. This was the letter that Lianhua Qianli wrote. At the Rainbow Temple, they just arrived there and they have not had any lunch. And that was during the blessings at the head. And she extended her head and I touched her head just slightly. And right about here, there's below the ear on the neck, there was a tumor about 1 centimeter in diameter, and it was gone. And she said when she got there, when she got to Seattle, she could still feel the tumor there. How could it be right after the blessing, the tumor disappeared? That happened last Sunday. This kind of phenomena it's because Grandmaster is in union with the Yidam. So it's the great majestic power of Golden Mother that blessed her. And the tumor was very hard, like a hard ball. So she did not have to ask me for consultation. When she got in, she asked me to touch it, to find it, and it was gone. It's really gone. It's very hard to believe that on the plane it was still there, and when they got to Seattle it was there, but right after the blessings it was gone. So that's the great power, majestic power of Golden Mother. Let me tell you one thing. If you are in union with your Yidam, and when your Yidam is in union with you, then you would be able to generate the power of the Yidam. However, on the other hand, why, when I touch myself for blessing, like if I feel pain on a certain part of my body and I say, okay, I use my power to say, no, no pain. It's still painful. How come? What happens? So there's cause and condition here. There's certain affinity. If anyone with tumor, all the tumor would disappear with blessings, with my blessing, anybody lining up, then it would be all you can eat. Then I can just do this. You don't have to do anything else. Anybody with tumor, I would invite the Yidam to come into your body, and then that would be incredible. If the word spreads, then my arms will break. To get so tired from it. So why? Sometimes I have some ailments and I cannot bless myself to get cured. Why? Because there's some certain causes and conditions in here. 2 days ago, at the Mongolian hot pot, we dined together with masters and reference. And this Lian Hua Qian Li at the next table told us that she practiced for 3 hours every day. Every day. And she chanted the Hai King Kuan Yin Sutra, Two Buddha Sutra, and Siddhigarbha Sutra for the whole, for the 3 parts of Siddhigarbha Sutra. She chanted for 3 hours, and True Buddha Sutra and Hai King Sutra for tens of thousands times. And so she practiced for 3 hours every day. Of course, I cannot ask you to practice for 3 hours every day. So she's doing her homework at the 3 times a day. So she has such causes and conditions in order to receive this kind of result. So sometimes we have to rely on the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, like Amitabha Buddha. If Amitabha Buddha saw you and they decide that, okay, we should get rid of this person's illness, and then by means of the union of Amitabha Buddha and Grand Master, it would generate that majestic transcendent power. So naturally, she gets cured. And not only her, not only Lian Hua Chen Li had this experience. The nephew of Master Lian Man, I remember I was in Hong Kong, and that was the great stadium there at that time, not anymore now. I conducted a ceremony there, and the deity was Guru Padmasambhavas, and I was carrying the divine duster, and that was the coldest night in Hong Kong. So I was riding on a cart and just sweeping the celestial duster to all the attendees. And Master Lian Man's nephew had a tumor that's huge, like let's see. Like this big. It was swollen. Round tumor. A young nephew. A baby. It's bigger than a coin. Like a golf ball. Yeah, about. On his head. And with the sweeping of the divine duster, the second day, the tumor disappeared. The swell disappeared. It was gone on the second day. The wife of Master Lian Man is right here in the translation room. Does she know? So let her speak. I remember Master Lian Man's nephew. Give her the microphone. Please face the audience. A baby that was born, and then there was a tumor that's about this big on his head, and Grandmaster went back to Hong Kong. So his parents brought him there to attend the ceremony. And then that evening, the tumor decreased in size, and the next morning it was gone. So the tumor disappeared after the blessing of Grandmaster. It's gone. You don't have to talk so far. The daughter of Elizabeth is often here. We are here. Emily. So Elizabeth's daughter is studying here in Seattle. So her mom is inside her brain. So she had headache every day. And she went to Seattle to get blessings from Grandmaster. And after the blessings, she had a dream. And in her dream, Grandmaster became a surgeon, holding the surgery knife, the scalpel. So in the dream, Grandmaster opened her brain and take out the tumor from her brain and told her that tumor, I have taken out, that Grandmaster said, I have taken out the tumor from the brain. There's only the skin left there, and you have to find a way to handle that. So she dreamt that Grandmaster gave her an operation to take out the tumor. So I told her that you go back home and check her tumor again. And when she had the checkup, the tumor was gone. What's left was just the skin. Truly, it was just the skin that's left. And she had severe headache every day. And it was so painful that she about to faint. And after the tumor was taken out, she did not have any more headache. She's very good at painting and drawing tankas. Inside my room, there are many tankas that were painted by her. All of my tankas were painted. She painted the Vajrayogini, Chakra Samvara, Dorje Parmu, Golden Mother, and Machilabdran. And the Karma Mudra. I have 5 tankas, and that were all painted by her. And she offered all of those. And in Taiwan, she also offered the black dakini, the black wrathful dakini, that she painted herself. And not just these 3 people, there were many more. No, I didn't do the surgery. So Buddhas and Bodhisattvas has their transcendent power. Once you are in spiritual union with your deity, you would be able to generate such power. Like Simu's problem, I really want to cure her. And we have invited a physical therapist that especially specializes in her kind of disease to teach her many physical exercises. For example, like playing the movement of playing the piano, and you have to move in a certain ways. And therapy for the hands, for the arms, for the legs. So this therapy is especially to help with Simu's particular disease. And that therapist told Simu that the typical patient with her disease who had been such for that period of time would have been in a wheelchair. There is no other person that could be like Simu, who's still walking and moving. That's what the therapist said. With this kind of disease, your current symptoms and situation are much better than the typical patient with this kind of conditions. Ever since she's in this business for 30 years, she's never seen anyone else like Simu. So Simu's condition is much, much better than the typical patient. She's been working in the field for 30 years, and she's never encountered anyone like Simu who's still able to work, to do things. So she's the best case. I really hope that she can fully recover, that her illness will completely be gone. But it's very difficult. But she's already number one. So the physical therapist taught Simu, and when Simu was doing the exercise, the physical therapist became really tired because she's never encountered a patient that's even stronger than her. That's what Simu was saying. So that's the most fortunate among the misfortune. So the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas still bless her. I bless her every day. I don't lie. Every single day I give her blessings. Before bed, I definitely would give blessings to her. Anytime her feet is cramping and cannot walk, by the power of Golden Mother, I would tap on her feet, and then her feet would be able to extend and she's able to walk again. When her hands are not as agile, that when it's rather frozen, then I would tap on her hands by the power of Golden Mother, then she can move her hands again. That's what often happens. So that's the majestic power of the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. So when you have gained that spiritual union with your yidam, the power can be generated, and you would have such power. And Tantrayana is very special. So we rely on the majestic power of the Buddhas and Amitabha Buddha, Golden Mother. By relying on the majestic power of Golden Mother, I can cure illnesses. By relying on the majestic power of Amitabha Buddha to let you spiritual cultivation benefit, and then by the power of Siddhigarbha Bodhisattva, I can to deliver the spirits. So it's not my own power. It's because I'm in union with the yidam. And when yidam and I are in union, then the power generated is extremely wonderful. Of course, when we are ill, we should still go see a doctor. The other day, I read in the True Buddha News Weekly that cavities, like Dr. Zhuang is a dentist. So if you have a cavity, you should not come find Grandmaster, you should go to see Dr. Zhuang. Then he would be able to fix it. I cannot let the germs inside the cavities to disappear. And to recover your teeth to return to its shiny, brightness, and then to do the filling, no. But it is truly miraculous to be able to make the tumors go away. Let me talk about the dreams of Master Huijun. The dream that one day, what the mosquitoes suck is not blood, but it's my fat. That was a joke. That inside a wealthy man's home, there are mosquitoes. The mosquitoes are very few. The mosquitoes don't like to live inside the wealthy house. Why? Because the mosquitoes are talking with each other. Mosquitoes also talk. And a mosquito asks other mosquitoes, "Why are you moving out from the haves, from the houses of the haves, and go to the have-nots, to the poor people?" because they said there are many mosquitoes who have died because when we sting the people, they got fat. So that's why they left the rich area and go to the poor area. So that was the daydream of Master Hui Jun. So today, let's expound Lamdre. The three faultlessness that can eliminate the 8 poisons. 1. Dispositional realization. The realm, the dual execution of existence and emptiness, is the fault of no separation, no reunion. 2 kinds of faults utilizes the ability to maintain at will, to lure the spiritual experiences of the dual execution of existence and emptiness in the development stage. Question: if the existential part is against the emptiness, then is the emptiness against the existence? No. When the mind abides at any proper affinity, clearly, in terms of lucid understanding, there is no separation from existence. At this moment, the other ordinary thoughts are empty and not separated from emptiness. This kind of spiritual experience is called the fault of no separation and no reunion. The fault. Dispositional realization. Dual execution of existence and emptiness is the fault of no separation and no reunion. 2 kinds of faults. After reading this for so long, I still almost cannot understand. Anybody can understand it? Really? What the heck is this? This kind of sentences. You should write it clearly. This is not antiquity, and it's not modern writing either. It's nonsensical writing. What the heck are they writing, and make a book out of it? For what? Anybody understand? Emptiness. So the emptiness is divided into many parts. Emptiness, great emptiness, true emptiness, and empty emptiness. So many parts, even emptiness. So that's the divisions to emptiness. And what is the present, the appearances? So the thoughts that's appearing also have different parts. So differentiations of the emptiness and of the appearance or existence. So the dual execution of existence and emptiness, when the thoughts appear and when they counterbalance with the emptiness, sometimes a thought appears and sometimes empty. That's the dual execution of existence and emptiness. Remember this term, dual execution of existence and emptiness. Is a fault of no separation and no reunion. So it is not separate from thought and it is not separate from emptiness. So it's not separate from existence and it's also not separate from emptiness. So that's what he meant here. This is a kind of realm in the dispositional realization. And the question, if the existential part is against the emptiness, if they completely appear, that's against emptiness. So is the emptiness against the existence? The answer is no. Because in meditation, we started from one, like you face a mirror, or you visualize this Vajra scepter. So this is called the appearance division or existential part. You continually visualize this Vajra scepter. And inside your brain, it is this Vajra scepter. Completely is the Vajra scepter. That's called the existential part. When the Vajra scepter completely disappears, then that's the emptiness part. The emptiness appears. But you also have the Vajra scepter, you also have the emptiness. So is it existential part or emptiness part? It's actually, it's not against each other. So when we meditate, first you visualize one thing. For example, you focus on this Vajra scepter, and then the Vajra scepter suddenly disappears. You enter into the emptiness. Sometimes both appear. There's also emptiness, there's also the Vajra scepter. So is that considered violation or opposition? No. That's a training part of the practice. So when I practice, I would lit an incense stick and then you darken the whole room and your eyes keep focusing on the red light on the incense. Then the whole room is filled with the red light. And then gradually the red light disappears, and then you enter into the emptiness. So we call that a process, not violation. When the mind bites at any affinity, we already talked about that before. In terms of lucid understanding, there is no separation from existential part. At this moment, the other ordinary thoughts or extraneous thoughts are empty and not separated from emptiness, like this Vajraceptor, because your whole brain is filled with Vajraceptor, so you're not separated from emptiness. So this kind of spiritual experience or yogic sensation is called the fault of no separation and no reunion. When your mind is totally focused on that red light at the incense stick, and you don't let any other thoughts enter, at this moment, it is emptiness. But you're not separated from the emptiness, and you're not separated from that red dot. So that red dot and the emptiness are together, because your focus and concentration is at that red dot. So any other thoughts cannot come in. So that's at that time it is emptiness, but also existence. So that's why it's called the dual executions of existence and emptiness. So this is very profound. Without my explanation, you will not understand. That's why I have to expound it. If I close my eyes and meditate, and I saw a beautiful lady. Oh wow, she's so beautiful. I cannot have any other thoughts. It's all completely this beautiful lady. So at this moment, it is emptiness, because you're totally focused on this beautiful lady. Then you're single-minded, because no other thoughts can appear. So this is the union of the emptiness and the beautiful lady. A woman asked, why the English alphabet is A, B, C, D, E, F, G? And the boy replied, a boy can do everything for girls. So a boy can do everything for girls. So that's why the girl was very moved and wanted to marry, decided to marry this boy for sure. But the following letters are G-H-I-J-K. G-H. He is just kidding. H-I-J-K. This is an English joke. Good thing I still understand a few English words. We often sneeze, right? Like if you're sensitive or allergic, you would sneeze. If you sneeze once, someone is thinking of you. If you sneeze twice, that you're being cursed. If you sneeze 3 times, then you're catching cold. That's interesting. So what we talk about today is quite interesting, about meditation. That inside meditation they are both existence and emptiness. And because you have this existence, you can eliminate all the other thoughts. And because you eliminate all the other thoughts, that's emptiness. Because you focus on one thing and all the other thoughts are gone, that's emptiness. So you have entered into the realm of emptiness. A friend went for a blind date, and he told the girl, I have no house. It's okay, you can rent. And then he said, I have no cars. And the girl said, it's okay. Taking the subways is more environmental. And he said, I have no savings. And the girl said, it's okay, you have no savings, you can earn money later. So you don't care? And the girl said, I don't care, because I won't marry you anyway. So in Tantrayana we often chant Om Mani coming home. Om Mani bear me home. So you should chant Om Mani bear. And you cannot chant it Om Mani coming home. And then Om Mani Bata me home. 3. There are several mantras. This mantra was transmitted to me by Master Tuptantraji. And sometimes I would chant this mantra. And sometimes I would chant Om Mani Bet Me Home, Om Mani Bata Me Home 3. So this is another mantra transmitted to me by another lineage root guru. Actually, it's related to this. Many people, there are so many issues in this world, but they are not related to you. What do you call that? What business is that of me? You tell me something and it's like, it's none of my business. None of my business. This phrase, none of my business, can resolve about 50% of problems, and you should ignore them. And the remaining 50%, it's none of your business. So there are no business in this world. You just use this phrase, these 2 phrases. It's none of my business and none of your business. Then you have no business at all, no problems at all. Then it would become emptiness. Right? When there's no problems whatsoever, no business whatsoever, then it becomes emptiness. And because you're affected by these problems, that's why you're being distracted. That's why in our mantras there's the pay mantra. If there's a thought appearing, you would say pay. It's none of my business. When a thought appearing, you just say pay and to get rid of it. For example, analogy. If my girlfriend loves another guy and wants to marry another guy, I would just say pay. It's none of my business. It's my girlfriend's business. Why are you so nervous about it? So is this right? Then you make it empty, get rid of it, then there's no problem. Why do you want to be so involved with it? So it's her problem. So it's none of my business, none of her business. So the mantra pay is very useful. When a thought appears, pay. Another thought appears, pay. Pay, 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 pay. And then it's empty. So when you're meditating, you should do that. The last joke. What time? I thought it was 11, but it's almost pay. The time has changed. The words of the youngsters, I don't understand anymore. I was on the subway, and there were two kids entangled together, and they were so and the girl asked the boy, "Do you like me?" And then he said, "Sure, I love you. I love you for 2 sausages and 2 bottles of wine." And the girl said, "Thank you." And then the boy asked the girl, do you love me? And then she replied, "Yes, I love you until there's an alarm in the bathroom." And then they say high five. And I was totally confused. And then I asked some young people at home, and they laugh at me for being so old. So what is the 2 sausages and 2 bottles of wine? Sausage, wine. In Chinese, it's like for a very long time, forever. So of course the girl really liked it. And the reply of the girl is like alarm in the bathroom. Yeah, this play of word of Chinese. Yeah, it's like with the pool and which is like
2香肠是长长，2瓶酒是99。由厕所里面搬到厕所里。
2 sausages and 2. In the bathroom, there's pool, and there's a clock. Well, anyway, it's not meaningful.
这个很像我们讲道果，大家都不懂。
These wordings are like the Lamdre book because nobody understands. Oh, Mani Baby, huh?